I know it's coming, I'ma just do it the long way. The power's gone, my respect, spend a long day. Can't flex with no nigga money, I got my own shit.
Exactly.
Right. I'm like, man, look your bitch ass home, man.
Exactly. So, y'all walking over here. Just look around. Again, this is your idea, so you navigate that. Look around, look at that shit.
Right.
Just keep looking.
Right.
Then that's when you kind of step. Y'all want to come walk to the table. Step off. But you see him. So you don't see him. But you see him.
Gratitude, Divine the Divine Nets. I am Bri India, and this is my guest for today.
Naeem.
Thank you so much for coming out. This is 808 Tavern, the I Am Who segment. This is season 2, and we are, meeting with so many great creators so far. So today, meeting with this particular creator, we're going to tap into everything. I'm going to let you know, give you a briefing on how it goes. So first part is the I Am Who part, which is getting directly into the groove of who you are. With 808 Tavern, the tavern goes where I go, but self-journeys is the flow. So we go based on the flow, the conversation, and how everything that you want to share about your self-journeys. Second part is the I am who are you, what do you do? So that's when we'll get into the meat and, bulk of what you actually do, what kind of creator you are. We'll go by, the creator that you are in position, what you actually do in your creativity. And also other elements of you will carry over into that. Last part is the reverse the host. And that's where you would ask me when to do questions. So, start off, the challenge is to be able to start off with answering the questions from the I am who portion, where you don't mention anything about what you do. That's the challenge. So you can't. Who I am. Yeah. So you really have to talk about who you are, and it can be a lot of it will be tapped into, I guess, like who you were before you got really nestled into your purpose or into what you're doing as a creator, whatever type of creator you are. Go ahead and tackle it and get started with the I am who are you? The first question. Give a word, right, that will represent who are you, what creator you are in the room. It could be like a character word, or a trait, or like a personality word, something that describes who you are. It can be a couple of words, but it'll be like power words of your character, of who you are. And with the word or words, give a mantra, motto, statement, or verse, whatever, something that you go by, and which it sticks to you. We all have our favorites, our favorite statements, quotes, whether we make it up or we just go by something out here already.
I'm a goat. I'm humble though, just humble. I'm just humble and ambitious, trying to grow not only myself but the people around me. So I'm a team player, self-leader. Things of that nature, but I would say humble is probably be the most descriptive word to describe me. No matter what or where I go, I'm always be the same person.
Okay.
So,
I like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, even when you said I'm a GOAT, I'm like, so what you look, I need to know what you do then. Because if you're gonna own that type of a title, you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Absolutely.
Anything you tell the world that you are and you represent yourself to be. So I appreciate you sharing, a few target words in the beginning anyway. That part about who you are in the room is,
important.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, no matter how far and tall you go and grow in your career, who you are is going to always be that.
I'm going to judge you off who you are.
Next question I have for you is your influences. When it comes to your influences, like I want you to give like an influence that's prominent, like a prominent figure, but also give an influence that's from your personal world, like, from life till now, who is a major influence in your personal world.
My influence would be my brother, especially with, I know we didn't get to what I do yet, but with the line of the work that I do, he influenced me to even want to take this career path. So it would be my brother. My mom, she influenced me watching her grow up, struggle, standards, single mother, working 2 jobs, all that crap, She influenced me to want to do better for her and for myself. But what got me doing what got me to what I'm doing now was my brother, for sure. Okay. Absolutely. And then, I just started doing what I'm doing, so growing up, I never wanted to do this. Okay. So I would say my influence growing up was Allen Iverson. Okay. Because I wanted to be a basketball player. Okay. But now that I didn't take that path, it's like, I can't really say he influenced me to do what I'm doing now.
Got you. So this influence that you have and what you're doing now more so came from within, it came from yourself.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then you had people who encouraged you, who got your brother and your mom. Shouts out to the Queen and the King, because they played a part in this creator's, elements of growth. So, next part is the motivation. Are you more like in tune with the world around you, like your environments more, or are you more in tune like with your inner world? Like, what's your thing? And like motivation, personal regimens. Like, do you have an exercise thing? Like, are you not on a schedule? Like, what is your day to day like?
I mean, I do work out, but I wouldn't compare that. I wouldn't say for me that's like my motivation.
So do you know what your motivation is? When it comes to your motivation, and when I speak about self journeys, I like to promote self-care, self-love, not just for women, but for men, and the same type of, vibration of taking care of your well-being and promoting it, not just for yourself, but for the people who know and see you and come around you. So what kind of person are you when it comes to the motivation? What do you do? Do you have like a regimen? Do you have like a personal thing that you live by to keep yourself grounded? Yeah, like how do you motivate yourself? Like some people exercise, meditate, right? I journal, I love like having like group sessions with people, like just, interacting with others, but I'm a social loner, so I like to be with myself too a lot.
Yeah, me too.
So it just depends on what's for you, like what kind of thing, and what you want to share, because sometimes it's sacred.
I'm sharing everything.
Okay, yeah, so
no limits.
That's what I want to know. Your regimen, like what's your motivation thing? How do you keep yourself going and staying like comfortable in who you are?
Motivated. You just gotta love what you do. So for me, I have yet to lose motivation for what I do. So lucky, I guess, whatever. But I get motivated by watching other people. My passion for my work, that's it. I just love what I do. So I think that's my motivation within myself. Okay. The fact that I love it. They say if you love what you do, you never work.
I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
How do you feel about loving who you are? Like, what motivates you to continue to love who you are regardless of what you do?
What makes me continue to love who I am? That's a great question. I like that question. What makes me love who I am? I guess the people around me. I would say my family. Okay. Yeah, my family probably made me want to love who I am, because anything I do is for them. So I guess if I'm off, then I feel like I'm letting them down. So I try to keep that in mind.
Okay. So you don't have a regimen, like a personal regimen for your spirit. Would you consider that? And if you would, what kind of thing would you apply to your life from now on to kind of be more in tune with your inner world? Yeah.
So,
and if you don't, then
I don't think I have one.
Yeah, it's okay if you don't.
Yeah.
Some people do. Some people are very in tune with their inner world, And some people intend to be in tune with their inner world. I mean, they may do basic little things that we know about, Some people go to church. Some people have, personal, sacred time with themselves. Some people write. And you can tell kind of like what drives a person. What drives a person based on what they do for themselves. But you sound like you're driven more by outside entities and outside, things.
Yeah.
Okay, that's who you are. It's really just about your truth.
Right. Yeah,
it's your truth. So I mean, even if you don't want to share it, cool. But ultimately, like you know the truth about how much you care for yourself unapologetically. It's not a selfish thing to take care of yourself. It's actually selfish to neglect yourself. So ultimately, that's just a questionable thing. Yeah. So the next thing I was going to ask was, when it comes to where you're from.
From Philly.
Okay. So living in the DMV, what is your, how do you feel about being here, and what do you think as far as the industry you're in, as far as how can there be more unity amongst people, and in the particular space that you're in the industry, do you feel as though you have a lot of,
Unity?
Yeah, unity, support, or camaraderie with the people you work with, or
No, I think I do. I have a lot of unity.
That's good.
But I think, so I'm from Philly, but I live everywhere, so I got a taste of every different environment. I live in Atlanta. I live, obviously, Baltimore. I travel everywhere, so I'm not just stuck in one area. So I'm able to see different ways of living. But
so when it comes to the DMV, what do you think that
the DMV guy
could be done for improvement and elevating the industry that you're in?
Oh man, stop beefing. But I can't say that. That's up to them. But
you just know that you don't play a part in it, so you know your part.
Word. Yeah, I would say stop the beefing, but that's anywhere though.
Yeah, but I was specifically asking about the DMV.
Yeah, the DMV. Yeah, I would say to stop the beefing. try to be more united, but again, with the people I work with, I'm lucky enough that they're not in that
Crab in the bucket mentality.
Right. So that helps me out a lot.
As far as like challenges or anything that you've experienced in your own personal path, whether it be from your career or from your personal life, I want you to kind of like give us like one of the stories that you don't mind telling, and which is kind of like a testimony about challenges, and which you can give us the story, but then tell us how it worked out in the back end, whether it's good or bad, but then how you overcame it is what I really want you to tune into after you give us the story.
Yeah, so about 2004, lost my brother, my older brother, and heartbroken. Crazy journey.
Condolences.
Yeah. This happened in Philly, so that was the reason for me moving. Well, my mom moving to Atlanta. So just going through that, I feel like going through that whole situation really helped me open up more. Because prior to that, I was like closed in. I didn't really deal with a lot of people. But once we moved to Atlanta, I was able to open up more and see that there's other things other than Philly. Because other than that, we didn't really go nowhere. So I felt like that helped me get used to different environments and being around different people. So I would say I would take that good out of that bad situation, you know. But had to lose my brother.
Yeah. Overcoming loss in in that way is hard.
Yeah.
So when it comes to then, from your challenge, like what kind of tool or tip would you give to other people in the industry that you're in, which we're gonna get to in a minute, what you do? Tell people like from your POV, what would you say to, I guess, like assist others in ways to try to figure out how to encourage them to overcome it? I mean, I know that, like I said, it's a hard thing. I've experienced loss, so I know that from my POV, how I feel about ways to overcome, but ultimately we all have our own
way of doing it.
Yeah. So ultimately, I'm just gonna say, just share some just personal insight on
how to overcome it,
or just ways to keep going in what you're doing. Because people can fall into depression of their own when you lose somebody.
Yeah, facts. I would say keep the faith, believe, never question God. Keep the faith for sure, and
never question God. That could take a lot of people out of their inner turmoil.
Yeah, facts.
Because you don't know why God needed that person.
Yeah, absolutely. And just stay strong. It's easier said than done, but you'll never forget when the wounds are eventually. Stay strong, keep the faith, believe in God.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. And before we get into this item, what do you do? I did want to ask as well, how do you balance your work life and career life? Or do you mostly do you have a family? Like what kind of things do you have going on where you can tell us how you manage your lifestyle?
This is all I do once we get into what I do. I don't have a 9 to 5, regular 9 to 5. So I'm lucky enough that this pays all the bills. But for those of you who do got 9 to 5, you gotta find that balance.
About family, how do you incorporate family into your life?
Well, all my family is in Philly, so I'm out here all alone. So
So you on a mission, getting on your own?
I'm on a mission to build my business.
Okay.
Yeah, my family, obviously I'm close with my brother, but other than that, they do their thing, I do my thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's cut and dry right there. So we about to get into this I am who are you, what do you do?
Yeah.
If there's anything about the I am who that we're gonna bring out that we haven't brought up, we can bring it out in the what do you do? We're just extending it now to get more into the meat of this particular interview, which is about showcasing everything you do as a creator. So tell me your name, your stage name, either or both, and tell us how that came about, your name, the story behind that, and then your primary position as a creator, and then the other elements because I know you probably have other elements too along with your primary.
Name, Naeem, they call me Na, so that goes hand in hand with my business, Shot By NA. Good question. I'm a creator. I'm ambitious, hungry, passionate, entrepreneur. I'm my own boss, create my own schedule, work my own time.
Nice.
I guess you would say I'm a content creator. Yeah, I say a content creator, cinematographer, videographer, photographer. you name it, I bring it. I basically do music videos, commercials, short films, photo shoots, events, concerts, anything that requires the moment to be captured. I'm the guy for that. So basically, I'm yeah. If you need anything done, visualized, video-wise, then I'm the guy for the job.
And I'm the girl that'll be calling you soon. Because I definitely need some, some of that type of thing in my life.
Absolutely.
So you got us to your primary, creator title. So we here, we know what creator is sitting amongst us today, and also you told me your creator, your name and everything. So now, where do you plan on going from here? Kind of give us an idea on what kind of projects you have gotten into. Whether it be that you do what you do in specific areas like film, music video, or in prominent things too. And kind of the earlier stage, how that was for you, So just give us what you can right now, a little story.
As far as the earlier stages?
And coming in, definitely tell me about the earlier stages and those trials that you went through so that you can tell us how you overcame those things, Speaking to not just peers, but people who are already in the industry, but also people who are younger children trying to get into this. It'd be good to know your particular story and walk.
Absolutely. I would say earlier stages, rough.
Straight to it, rough.
Yeah, rough. I'm not gonna lie, it's rough. So for those of you who are in the industry trying to come in, a lot of people want to jump. We look at movies, or we look at what do you call them? Industry artists, big name artists, Lil Baby, Beyonce, whatever. We look at their music videos and be like, damn, I want mine to look like that. So it could be a little bit.
A lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure coming in. You my mind don't look like that, but it's growth. When I first started, I had a camera, it was trash, but I thought I was the man at the time. But I took the time to take advantage of YouTube. Y'all gotta take advantage of YouTube. It's free game. It's free game.
Free school, free education
I call it
type.
YouTube University. It's free education
coming
from professionals. So take advantage of the YouTube tutorial videos and learn what you can do to elevate your game. Because you're not going to come in the door knowing what you're not going to come in the door having that Beyonce quality video or Nike quality commercial.
But you can definitely set that as a goal to learn how to grow to that point. I get what you're saying.
Absolutely. So don't be afraid to invest in yourself, because this all costs. Even for this whole setup, this costs. You got to invest in yourself to be good. So if you got the money to invest in yourself, I would say do it. And then just as you keep getting more money, keep on investing in yourself and into your equipment, and then educate yourself at the same time, and in the end it'll pay off, for sure.
I appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those beginning stages, they're rough. If you had a young child or a young, person that looked up to you in this particular industry, or you got to sit in on some young interns, or just interns in general, it doesn't matter the age, and whoever hires you for that particular engagement wants you to speak to them about, this particular area of expertise.
Right.
What is a basic thing that you know for sure that you're gonna give to a person who is in this area of creating?
I would say free information, kind of like how I mentioned YouTube.
Okay.
I can provide that.
That's your primary tip.
Yeah.
Are there any other specific tips that you would be able to give, a free gem to somebody in your particular field? Whether it be, always turn the knob 3 times to the front before you start the day.
I would say, I would say lighting. Lighting is very important.
Okay.
Understand lighting, because that's very important. Okay. Don't just think you're gonna come with a camera and you need that lights. Lighting is more important than
I'm not in this field, but he's right, because before I bought these lights, I was like, give me some sun, Lord, something.
Yeah, you fight with the sun. Then when you got the sun be rotating and changing it. So these are steady lights. It's not going to change. So lighting is more important than the camera, for sure.
That's a good tip. See, take that gem. People who are in this field, take that gem. Let's get into this next question. So when it comes to the stuff that you have done up until now, you told me about what you did in the beginning, how it was in the beginning. Now I want to know throughout the journey, name some prominent things you did, whether it be a very cool event you did, just from the point of view of you and being in your space of, what you do as a creator. Like some of the best experiences that you had, name those and How like the people you work with too, if there are other creators as well.
Yeah, I did a concert event. This was in Martinsburg, Virginia. Like I ain't even heard of the place, but
I think I have heard of it.
Martinsburg, Virginia.
Okay.
It was a venue. It was local artists, and also P&B Rock was there. This was back when he was alive. Rest in peace, P&B. But anyway, the event was dope. I got to work with P&B. He's a very amazing guy, always in a good mood. I also did was at a Nike commercial behind the scenes. I also went to Atlanta on the set of a movie.
Let me some Nike.
Yeah, here you go. Here you go. I was on a set in Atlanta. Just again getting free game. I didn't have a camera in my hand, but I was still learning how it works behind the scenes. I was on a set in Atlanta of a movie shoot. Did some good shoots, did some bad shoots, some bad shoots.
Oh man. So you had some experiences.
I had some experiences, some good, some bad, but it's all fun at the end of the day. It's just fun, man, creating, because content is king right now, especially in 2023 and moving on. Content is king, so being able to create these moments and capture these moments and put them together and have a final product that you can look at and be like, damn, I did that.
That's a beautiful thing.
That is a beautiful thing.
And I was gonna ask you, like, with those things that kind of went wrong, like, what are the normal trials in areas of like issues that come about in what you do, like what is a common challenge that you have? Challenges that you have.
Common challenge I have
in your craft.
Right.
Well, give me the common challenges that you have, but also common challenges from the craft.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start with the challenges I have. I'm not from DMV. I'm from Philly, so I don't know what areas is what.
As far as what?
Where I shouldn't be shooting at night.
Got you. We're talking about safety right now.
Yeah, safety. We're talking about safety. So I'm not sure. So you tell me, make sure you put me in a safe environment.
Yeah.
So I'm not familiar with certain areas.
Okay. So you've had some experiences.
You gotta learn the hard way, man. So know the area you're shooting in.
That's a good one.
And then another thing that's for those of you who overall tip, know your camera. Know your camera settings, because that's also important too. But again, that just comes with time.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's a big deal. I appreciate you sharing it, especially being willing to be honest about that safety element. Because I think a lot of people, forgot how things used to go back when it was Craigslist days and people get robbed at gunpoint from just meeting up with people. So ultimately you still have to remember as a creator, especially if you're a moving element without security and without things like that, to definitely, men and women definitely make sure that whoever you're about to meet with is,
genuine.
Yeah, it's a genuine link, and try to be in public environments and research the environment that you're going to.
Google.
Yeah. Actually see it as a real place, and same stuff you do for anything else.
For sure.
And I like to scope things out before I'm going to, just because I'm a female and I have to, and I kind of move solo a lot.
I do the same thing. Trust me,
that's good.
Google Maps.
I'm telling you. All right, so I ain't gonna hold you up too much more. I want to ask a couple more questions about what you do, and then I'm gonna have you kind of give us, any more spiel about you as a creator. And we're gonna get right to the third part of this session, which is the reverse the host. When it comes to how you are motivated in your particular craft, right? We talked about motivation for the I Am Who, which was just about your personal self, and your main thing with that was that it's mostly your family and the things that you do that motivate you. So, because even with your family, you said, they got their thing, you got your thing. I'm pretty sure y'all meet on significant dates. But otherwise, your primary motivation is what you do. So now that we're here discussing the what you do element, give us the rundown on kind of like what is a day-to-day like for you, and how do you keep yourself going and, grounded through that particular flow. Because being an entrepreneur, even though you're having your own thing, you set your own schedule, you get in your own alignment, you're still actively in a serviceable position where you have to provide a service. You're doing something that, you're doing the same thing people do at a job that is just structured by another company, except this is kind of more like double the work, because you are the person that has to manage this particular,
Very true. Day to day, man. First off, make sure all my equipment is charged. And I got a lot of
that probably is depressing if it is.
I got a lot of
equipment. Don't let you be scheduled in the morning and you ain't charging anything.
Yeah, that happened before. Yep.
Ooh,
So I'm talking about I got a lot of equipment. Generator need to be charged, lights, batteries need to be charged. So make sure everything is charged. Clear my SD cards, make sure everything's good to go, get my lens clean, and then I'm off to my shoot. But for me, I do a lot of storyboarding. So like for my kind of work. So like you said, it's double work. I don't have nobody. There's
doing
no team.
that part.
Right, there's no team. I don't anything somebody see on my page is all from the mind of me. So I gotta create a storyboard, and that takes time. I gotta research images, and then I got my own website where I gotta manage people. I gotta manage my own taxes on my website and all this paperwork. So it is a lot of work, but I love it.
Do you intend someday to join a team or organization that's already well established? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
But you're comfortable with being an entrepreneur for now, learning the ropes of everything you need to.
Yeah.
I think that's very beneficial.
Yeah.
Because when you do get into a very, good company, whether reputable or just growing big, ultimately, you'll have all those. You'll be consciously aware of all the things going on.
Absolutely.
Regardless of you now being able to just track back and do just what you do, you'll know now everything that it takes. And I think that helps people to appreciate more when they have the opportunity to be in living life doing what they love.
Yeah.
And getting paid for it in abundance. It's a blessing. It's only a blessing. So when it comes to your motivation, you basically, with your career, like if it's a crazy day or whatever, even if it's a good day, like how do like I said, your day-to-day, you told me how you get things started on the basic level. So when it comes to like, how do you handle like how the day goes? Do you usually have smooth days? Like for when something goes wrong, but you already had it prepared? I can't think.
A backup plan, kind of?
Yeah, backup plan is a good way to say it. Like emergency plan, backup thing, but yeah.
Have I ever? I never. The only reason I would say I never had that because again, the artists allow me to get full creative control. So if anything go bad, it's on me. But for the most part, I'm pretty much punctual. I'm on time. I make sure everything is,
You know what you're doing about your business.
Exactly. If anything go bad, no disrespect to the artist, it'll be the artist's fault.
Because you do your part. You do your part. Okay, listen to that. Show up on time. When we get into the reverse the host, I want you to tell everybody like how to reach you, how to book you, how to be able to work with you, how you go by, like what is correct approaching you? Do you like people DM you, or do you prefer email, text, or do they get those things later? Like how do you prefer people reach out to you? Once you tell us that, spell out and tell us how, all your platforms.
Absolutely. The best way to contact me is social media. My Instagram is Shot By NA. That's SHOTBYNA. You can even YouTube that, find all my work for your own reviews. But the best way to contact me for now is DM. You contact me on my DM, and then we have a discussion, and then we can, exchange phone numbers and emails and etc. But Instagram is the key right now for sure. Yeah.
Cool. So that's your problem. That's been a lot of people's, main way of. And then from there, a lot of people have been exchanging out the personal information that's needed. So okay, now we're at the show where I'm about to take off my host hat. But do you have any more words? We're going to do a final word after reverse the host. But do you have any more words about what you do that you want to share that we didn't get to hear?
What I do, I hit everything on the head as far as what I do. I would just say for those of you who's in the same field, just keep on investing in yourself and keep on educating yourself and use YouTube. A lot of people, I don't know why, but a lot of people don't take advantage of YouTube. Use YouTube, really. Create an account, use YouTube. Seriously.
That's to the point, thank you. And so I'm gonna take off my host hat.
Hand it to me, thank you.
I got the hot seat, so you get to.
All right. So who are you? What's your name? What you do?
Not him asking me the same thing. But yes, I am Bri India. Yes, Brianna McFadden. I was born as. What I do is I freelance. I do a lot of creative things. I'm a visionary, so I think of the things that I want to do, and I write them out, and I journal, and I turn my visions into
reality.
Yeah.
Okay.
And ultimately, right now, I'm into music as well. So when it comes to the way I want to do my music, I have a lot of things that I want to turn it into, as far as kind of like some things we already know of in the film world and stuff.
Right.
But I just want to, incorporate myself in that and just expand on the idea of each concept that I have. So I want to link with people and find ways to grow them.
So you're an artist?
Yeah, I do music.
Okay.
But I'm an entrepreneur for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah, so all of my entrepreneurial ventures I'm a host for 808 Tavern. And then I have I do yoga. I have a spiritual practice that I have. It's like a spiritual sanctuary type of vibe.
Okay.
But the yoga is not the primary thing of it because it's about spiritual explorations. So I honor all religions, but I'm from a Christian-based, family, and I have evolved into my more spiritual elements.
Okay.
So that's what I do with self journeys, and I encourage other people's personal self journeys because it's a life thing.
Yeah.
And the last thing I do is health. I love medicine, so it's mindfulness, medicine, and music. Those are the elements of my entrepreneurial ventures. And when it comes to Breed India and how I've made myself as far as my individuality, that's my music. That's the singing part. That's personal to just me outside of my entrepreneurial ventures.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much everything. The medicine part is a Dream Body Cafe, a Dream Cafe, and that's all about wellness.
Dream Body Cafe. I heard of that.
That's my spa. It was a mobile spa, and I still have it, but it's temporary closed right now.
Okay. So, music, music, health, and etc. So, how did you get into, what made you want to get into just the interviews?
I started in 2020. I did a road trip around the USA. Shout out to everybody for season 1.
I was like, how the hell she heard it, man? Shout out to you.
I appreciate it.
No,
I really enjoyed it.
Solo dolo?
Wow. I had an Audi. Shouts out to Clyde. Rest in peace. But yeah, so I had my car that I graduated college in 2018, and I gifted myself in 2019 with that vehicle. And it was mainly because I just had it. You know how you got your little thing you want to do for yourself, when you achieve something or a milestone. For me, I wanted to just simply buy myself a vehicle at the college. So I did that. And then when 2020 came, I went through some different life crises in 2019. So 2020, besides the pandemic, I had to go through my own healing phase. So I started and initiated my healing going into 2020, in the 19 going into 2020. That year, I traveled to USA, and I was able to meet so many great people that were creators.
Right.
And the idea came from me just being by myself, and choosing to just, actually think about what I wanted to do with my life from here. Because, like I said, I went through some life crises, changed my career, and went from being in, the hospital all the time to wanting to do more, tapping in with people who do a lot of self-driven things, And the show came about in mind for me when I was on the road, because initially the road trip was mainly because I always wanted to drive to California. My great aunt, my late aunt, she passed away in 2020 from 2 forms of cancer and COVID and everything going on. But she was telling me to live my life to the fullest now. Don't wait till later to do anything that I know I want to do now.
That's very true.
So she was just like, yeah, if it comes to mind now, act on it. She was like, I'm gonna do that when I turn 50. And after I had the kids and now they grow up, and then I'm gonna go travel the country. She's like, no, you said you want to do that. Do that now.
So you drove your car from here to LA? And
the way I did it was I went from the south side first.
Okay.
And, I took my time. So, of course, I didn't get there in one day. It took I was on the road totally 3 to 4 weeks, almost a month pretty much.
Damn.
I stayed in Cali though 2 of those weeks and traveled to different places in Cali. And I really loved it. I enjoyed it, but able to touch each state going there was what I wanted to do. And along that process, I contacted some creators that I met with, online and different places that were willing to meet with me. And we actually sat and, it was just a crazy exchange. It was powerful to me because, I enjoyed that. It was just awesome for me. And it wasn't a wasteful experience to just travel. I didn't make it selfish. I made it where I could use this element of traveling for, people I meet that are out here doing things like what I'm about to start doing. At the time, it was what I was about to start doing.
Yeah, now you're in there.
I tried to reach out to a couple of friends who do what you do to see if they could assist me, because I had no idea how to do anything with film. Like I said, I was in school for medicine, so I have a background about, how to film, what lights I need or anything. I asked a friend who was into this industry, but he had stuff going on and couldn't really attend.
Right.
And I couldn't really afford how much he was charging me to do it anyway. So I said, you know, if we're not gonna make this collaboration thing, I'll just do this by myself. You know, so yeah, I did that, and it was also part of my healing. So I was able to incorporate everything that I, you know, drove to be an entrepreneur, and now I took that whole time being, you know, homeless, in my car, on the road, off the grid, phones weren't working, I didn't care. I just needed to just recalibrate and, you know, recover. It was just so much going on. But in the midst of everything going on, I was able to find my comfort zone in who I am and what I'm doing with my life, and reevaluate those things so that I could figure out where I'm going forward, you know. Because I was doing a lot before, but it was stuff that I wasn't really like passionate about. You know, like it was just I was just living and just thinking and doing the stuff that I thought I needed to do to get by. And, you know, I wasn't really living by it like the Joneses, but I was just trying my best to just like enjoy the finer things of life while figuring out what that meant, you know, for me. What is the finer things of life? What are the finer things of life? What's important for life? So yeah, 2020 was a big year for me. 2019, like this past decade has been a big deal for me, because I've been really able to just, at 30 today, look back on my 20s and I have no regrets.
That's good.
I have nothing that I would change, and I appreciate all the lessons and everything that I learned. I'm glad that I'm consciously aware of what life I was living to understand how I needed to transition to where I am now.
And here you are.
Yeah, and I love it. Thank you. I appreciate the question. Did you have any more questions for me? Or a last one?
I would say the last one.
Something like
that's not even. I was gonna say just keep at it, but that's
so
not.
you gonna get
even
what's your favorite color or something? Like, some people do that. They ask these heavy questions in the beginning, and then the last question is like, "What's your favorite food?" Like,
Jordan or LeBron?
Oh no, he didn't. Because first of all, Jordan.
Oh yeah, let's wrap this up. It's time to go.
He's sick. But nah, I'm a Jordan baby. That was my era, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Shouts out to LeBron. I love LeBron, but yeah.
Oh my God.
I was a Jordan baby. He's sick. I appreciate having you and coming out here, taking the time. I enjoyed this conversation, this chat, this session with you, this interview. I hope you all love to meet this artist, this creator, this videographer. What is the professional term for what you do?
The professional term is cinematographer.
Cinematographer.
Professional term, but a lot of people call it video guy, video dude, videographer.
Look, the guy with the camera.
The guy with the camera.
The skills, right? But yes, I appreciate you coming out here, sharing with everybody. So we're going to have you do a last word, whatever it may be, you know, to wrap up everything that we spoke about today.
Okay. Last word, stay focused, stay motivated, stay blessed, keep God first, and always invest in yourself. Never ever hesitate, don't think twice, and just do it. Kind of go back on what she said, you know. You only got one life to live, make sure you make the best of it, for sure.
Thanks, and shouts out to Nike.
Shouts out to Nike and shouts out to LeBron.
This guy. Anyway, y'all, I appreciate you. Sending you all love and G-Cell Unity, Peace, Love, and Truth. This is Bree India and
Shot by Nah, baby.
And this is 808 Tavern. Tap back in the next episode. Thank you. Bye.
Love. Take two. Same thing, folks. I think